All right, Stephen. I guess at first blush, it seems kind of funny, Bon Jovi bringing the Bills to Toronto, but there's a little bit more to this.
Well, there's something to it. I'm not sure how significant the Bon Jovi element's going to be in the end. Somebody's going to have to be a lot richer than Jon Bon Jovi, however rich he is, to bring an NFL team here. But where there's smoke, there's usually something, and I think there's something going on.
We've heard the Bills are coming to Toronto a few times now. Why is this different than the past?
Well, I think it's the calculation. Ralph Wilson, the owner of the Bills, is 95. When he dies, he said he won't sell it before he dies. When he dies, his estate will sell it. He's not going to leave it to his children, so it will be sold to the highest bidder. And to a degree, the NFL will be able to dictate, because they have to approve the owner, who's going to own the team, and if it was going to be relocated, where it would be relocated. But a lot of people don't think you can raise the money necessary in Buffalo to buy a team for $1 billion and then build a $1 billion stadium. However, just up the road, there's the fourth largest market in North America where the Bills are also home. So I think when you start connecting those dots and then understand there's some powerful people who are interested, something's going on.
So at the end of the day, Jon Bon Jovi, he would be like the face of the organization. Who would the major players? Who would actually own the team?
Well, by NFL rule, a single owner, not a corporate owner, but a single individual owner has to own at least 30% of the team. So that's a pretty narrow list of a 30% of a $1 billion team. But Larry Tannenbaum seems to be sitting next to him at courtside quite a bit. I think Larry Tannenbaum could do it. I think Edward Rogers' name has been kicked around. I think Edward Rogers could afford it. But fear not, there are people who have that kind of money who are interested in doing it.
The NFL has been talking a lot lately about expansion, but not to Toronto. They're talking about going to London, perhaps, and they still don't have a team in LA. If this were to happen, what do you think the time frame is?
Well, first of all, the time frame is how long Ralph Wilson lives, which is why it's kind of unseemly. I know Jon Bon Jovi's publicist said, oh no, he's not talking about this because, of course, Ralph's still alive. So we're talking about somebody's lifespan here. Nothing will happen until Ralph dies. But once Ralph dies, the team would be sold. And if it were to come here, a stadium would have to be built. That's going to take time. The Bills are locked in by lease at their stadium in Orchard Park until 2020. But really, if you start lining things up, that timing isn't that out of whack with what we'd be talking about.
And I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, where do the Argos fit in all of this, and can both teams survive here?
Well, I think what you're seeing with the maneuvering around the Argos and BMO Field and MLSE talking about maybe trying to accommodate them there, I don't think that's something they necessarily want to do or want to pay for. But I think they would be doing that for political cover and to make the NFL happy, because I don't think the NFL wants to have the blood of the Argos on their hands. So I think some way they would be accommodated. Now, whether they could coexist with an NFL team, that's a different question.